If you want to, for example, do paid advertising and you're in kindergarten and you're just going to like try it out, you're going to get eaten alive, because you're going to be competing with people like me who spend millions of dollars and have teams and experts helping us get those leads that are the best leads instead of you. Each and every one of you. Would you agree, okay, that in this challenge, you have been gaining a lot of knowledge of what to do, what needs to be done, and awareness, right? Would you agree with that? That you're gaining, maybe some repetition for what you already know, but it's expanding your level of awareness and your knowledge of here's what it takes to succeed, okay, in any business. And would you agree that your skill level or the skill level of people on your team will determine how well you do in your business? Right? So your skill level at the kindergarten level is you're just playing around. You're in the sandbox, just having fun, right? At the grade school level, yes, there's some learning going, but you're not going to monetize a lot of money at the grade school level of business, because every one of us has competition, right? Every one of us has competition for our product or service, online or offline. And so once we get into a little bit more competitive landscape where we're upgrading our knowledge and skills in multi-disciplines, right, then we can start to see some revenue. So here's a question for all of you. What level are you at right now in your business success, and what level are you committed to getting to? What level are you at now? Are you making a little bit of money and you want to move to the next level, right? And even in each level, right, there's going to be ranges. So what level are you at right now, and what level are you committed to getting to? If you want to get to $1 million, okay, in revenue, in gross revenues in your business, that's what I call is anything over 500,000, 750,000 in gross revenue is the pro level. And then the pro level goes from $500,000, $750,000 all the way up, okay, to hundreds of millions, billions of dollars, right? So where are you right now? Where do you want to go? Like, all right, so Muthi, you're pro now. Great, awesome. So if you're in the pro now and you want to get to the next level of the pro, because from the pro we go to all-star Hall of Fame, right? So university, right? Right, so where are you now, and what are you committed to get into? Because the how exists, okay? So great, if you're in kindergarten, get to the kindergarten, let's get to the high school, university, and BR. So I like to use these little visuals to say, okay, I want to upgrade my knowledge and skills. I'm in the pro league, but I can tell you I am nowhere near the Hall of Fame and the maybe the all-star team in some areas, but there are so many layers to each one of the levels. All right, so let's switch over to this area here, right? And so now we have to take a look at this line of thinking. Now that I have my avatar, now that I know who he or she is, now that I know a little bit about them, and I understand a little bit about their pains, their fears, their frustration, blah, 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 which you already know, irritations, wants, needs, goals, and aspirations. And I understand where I can play best. So for some of you, your business model is direct sales, right? So you are selling directly. You are meeting people at parties. You are going to networking events. You're on Zoom calls. You're in forums. You're connecting with people face to face, belly to belly, phone to phone, community to community, and you are in direct sales. Okay, how many of you fall into direct sales? Like Sherry Doyle, you do, right? So how many of you are in direct sales? I am directly selling, right? Now you could be in direct sales and you can also have, for example, online, right? So you could be doing both, but you need to understand, what is my primary distribution or sales channel? So if you have a product or service, are you, direct selling, door to door, company to company, or, is your distribution channel through another medium like online affiliates or whatever the case is? So once we have our marketing and our messaging, then we choose the one or two channels that are most likely to work for our product or service. All right, for some of you, TV and radio might be the best. For others, it's getting a couple of people on the phone and telemarketing. For others, it's doing online advertising, whether it's paid or unpaid. Now, in the world of all of these possibilities, you really need to know, based on your knowledge and your skill and your financial and non-financial abilities. So you have to choose the best medium that's going to give you the highest ROE and ROI. Once you choose the channel, here are some different ways for you to be able to capture leads. Now, here is the good news and the bad news. The good news is there's hundreds of ways to do this. The bad news, there's hundreds of ways to do this, right? So how do you know, should I do videos? Should I do direct response? Should I do a podcast? Should I do webinars? Maybe. What I always ask is, number one, what comes naturally to you, or what are you willing to do in the university, high school, university, or pro level? So I don't want you to just do stuff. I want you to do stuff well. There's something that I focus on all the time. It's a philosophy. Do less better at the pro level. Oh, I'm sorry. Do less better to completion. And for me, it's at the pro level. Right? So do less, do it better, finish it at the pro level. So instead of doing a lot, why not do one or two or three things really, really well and get really good at it? Does that make sense? So instead of being general sunlight, hold on a second, where is my, right? Instead of being diffuse sunlight, we want to magnify your energy and attention to the point where you're getting a much better result, and then we want to laser it so you can cut through steel. So there are people that are using press releases, okay, to get more business. There are people, Cindy, who are doing joint ventures to get more business. There are people who use pay-per-click to get more business. There are people who use social media on one channel to get more business. There are people who can use e-zines, okay, or newsletters or iTunes or news ads or webinars, okay, that have gotten really good at just those things, or a combination of two or three things, okay, to be able to create some momentum, some awareness, some education, and momentum. So as I've mentioned in the past, there are two types of marketing that we can do. One is called interruptive marketing, and interruptive marketing is something like, I can create a direct mail piece and I can send it to somebody's home to interrupt what they are doing to look at what I want them to look at. I can create a FedEx package to send to the head of HR at a corporation that I want to get to, instead of a mail piece, a FedEx piece that might cost me $15, but I'm going to get them to open it. And I can use direct mail to interrupt what they're doing if they don't know me, trust me, or like me. Or I can use paid media to interrupt them, or I could do search marketing. And that is, I'm going to say, okay, I know exactly who my avatar is. I know exactly where he or she, or what he or she is typing into Google. I'm going to pay, for that click. And then I'm going to put them in a sales process. So I'm going to bypass all of the search marketing and developing, all that stuff that I need to on the front end. Now, how do you know which one to do? Well, it all has to be based on your knowledge, your skills, and your financial and non-financial ability. If you want to, for example, do paid advertising and you're in kindergarten and you're just going to try it out, you're going to get eaten alive, because you're going to be competing with people like me who spend millions of dollars and have teams and experts helping us get those leads that are the best leads instead of you. So either you're just going to get the crappy leads, or you're going to get the good leads because you're going to pay too much for them. And if you don't know what the heck to do with them, what to say, what not to say, how to structure it, how to follow up, you're dead meat. Right? So I want you to think about this. Business is a competitive sport. Right? Business is a competitive sport. And it's not about buying the cheapest lead, okay, if you are marketing and paying for advertising. It's sometimes being able to afford to pay the most for the lead, because you know how to convert them into paying customers. Remember, lead generation, lead qualification, lead conversion, lead nurturing. If you don't understand the whole process and you don't put the process in place and tweak and adjust the process, you will get eaten alive. If you don't understand the end-to-end solution and how to get better at your craft, it will not work for you, because you're not working to get better or to put people on your team that know what they're doing. Now, I don't care what level you're at. You've got to get to that next level of awareness and skill, okay, so that you are better to meet the market. There are 2 billion people every day online. Hundreds of millions of them are searching on Google and other search engines. There are more than enough events. There are more than enough people who want and need what you have. And your job is to get the right message in front of them in their path and take them from suspect to prospect to possible buyer, or somebody in your orbit that will buy from you or refer to you over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, the responsibility is yours. And I don't want to hear, it doesn't work for me. I want to hear, I don't know how to make it work. Let me get better. And let me then, if I don't want to do it myself because I don't like this, then my job, meaning you, as CEO of yourcompany.com, is to hire, barter, partner, defer payment with people who play at things you have to work at or don't want to do. If we want to go, for example, the paid ad traffic sources, there are search engine marketing, SEM, search engine marketing that we could be doing. There are retargeting ads that we could be doing. And retargeting ads is simply, let's say you see an ad, let's say you see a video, let's say you read an article on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and let's say you don't do anything, you don't take any more action. All the technology that's available today, there's something called pixels, right? Which means that on that ad or on that video, there could be a little code on there. So do you know how when a bee lands on a flower to get the nectar, and the flower leaves pollen on the bee, and then the pollen is dispersed as the bee goes from one flower to another. There's something called a pixel, that when somebody lands on that page, that video, that article, the technology that's available right now is that pixel is attached, okay, to their IP address. And then wherever they go online, you can deliver another piece of content or an ad to get them into and to continue the journey with you with more content, more knowledge, better offers, a different this or a different that. Does that make sense? That's called retargeting. Have you ever gone online to look at maybe a running shoe, a pair of shoes, a blouse, a cigar, a magnifying glass, and all of a sudden you see, ads and articles and videos around just the thing that you looked at? Have you ever seen that? And you wonder, oh my God, look at that. Is that like luck or something? No, that's retargeting. And the smart marketers know not only how to do that, but how much can they spend to get you to look again and then to hopefully make a buying decision. That's all planned out, right? So you can do that. It's not expensive. It's actually cheaper to retarget than it is to do the initial advertising. And yes, Amit, it gets annoying sometimes. And then you drop, from that 5% that they're looking for, or that 15%, you drop into that 80%. And like, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. But there's 15% that keep watching the videos, and then there's 5% that keep buying, right? So this is the science of lead generation, lead qualification, lead conversion, and this is the lead nurturing part. Does that make sense now? So we can create mobile ads, we can have social media ads, we could do local or print, radio or TV or articles. We could do pay-per-click ads. So there's an entire arena. And again, I'm just giving you some of what's possible, okay, depending on the business model that you choose, paid or not paid, or a combination, right? Now, whose job is it to know these possibilities? Whose job is it to know these possibilities? Yours. You're the CEO of My Idea, mywebsite.com, me.com. You're selling products or services. It's your job to get out of your ignorance, not knowing, and into a state of awareness, knowledge, and skill. And if you don't know which one you should be doing, then you better have somebody on your team that does, but you better know whether they know what they're doing or talking about, or you're going to be hiring the wrong people. Because right now, there are so many people that are selling bullshit out there, okay, that promise, problem. All you get is a bunch of goose eggs that do not work. So your job is to know whether they know what they're talking about. Okay, so you've got to get out of your ignorance. Ignorance does not mean you're stupid. Ignorance just means you don't know. And it's okay not to know. I am always ignorant and always willing to get better. Period. Always ignorant, always willing to get better. All right. So unpaid traffic sources, we can decide we're going to write a blog, or better yet, we're going to have a weekly blog or a monthly blog written for us for $20 or $30 or $40 or $50. Don't want to do it? No problem. No problem. Remember the 10 questions that people ask you? Record the answers. You know the 10 questions that they should ask you? Record the answers. Give that to a writer. Have them come up with 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 blogs. Make sure you tag them with the keywords that people are searching for, okay? Make sure that you can load those up to any of the video sites like YouTube. If there are forums, share the content there, okay? There's so many different ways to do this. The problem is not that there aren't enough ways, all right? The problem is that many of you are not focused on which way is best for you and your company. So from the macro, we have to go from unfocused or diffused focused to much more focused to laser focused. Does that make sense? And we have to just take time, stop, think, apply. All right. So this is what this looks like. So I'm going to give you visuals. Okay. This is what a funnel can look like. And we're just going from awareness to engage, to maybe subscribe, to convert, to excite, to ascend from maybe smaller price points to higher price points, to being an advocate, to promoting certain things. There are a variety of different methodologies, okay, that you could be using to get people to move through the funnel with you. Then we can start to create, content. All right. Then we can start to create content. So we then create, ads. We create content to connect with people. We use a variety of different images. Why do you think I have an image like this and an image like that? They're interruptive patterns, right? Some images I look like, I've got hemorrhoids. Another image I'm looking like I give up. Like I want to interrupt. I don't care what I look like. All I want to do is interrupt a pattern. This is interruptive marketing, right? Remember I said interruptive or search. So interruptive marketing is when people are looking in their feed on any one of the social media channels. Okay, I want to interrupt what they're doing, going, what is this guy doing? Whether they know me or not, like what is he doing? So then we start to create content, right? To interrupt patterns, right? So once I know who I'm talking to, so these were, some of the ads that we had, for example, for, around COVID. Here's what highly successful people do when there's uncertainty and fear in the economy. Was there uncertainty and fear in the economy in April of last year? I switched all of my marketing in February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December of last year to meeting people, okay, where they were at with uncertainty, okay, to meeting people where they were at with unpredictability, to meeting people where they were at on how do you take, this uncertainty and unpredictability and do better instead of worse. All right, many people are perfectly happy to drop $1,000 on a vacation, a new TV, or on some gadget phone. But if you ever want to gain the knowledge and skill and mindset to take your income to the next level, you have to invest in yourself. How many of you agree with that statement? Okay, that particular middle ad, okay, was after somebody saw our brain-a-thon, which many of you have seen. Then we came to them with that and go, oh, wow, you're right. I prefer to spend money on this versus that. Right? So we tried a variation of a text ad or a text content piece or ad, a sponsored. And then we tried a video of the exact same ad to see which one converts better, video or ad. And they both converted well, right? So social media examples, right? So now I'm going to take that, content that we have, and now we're just going to create some social media content. So remember the ADA method from yesterday? I'm going to create a hook, right? Sometimes life knocks us down. Our brains can work against us, and it's tough to get back up. Anybody resonate with that hook? Right, there we go. We have a few of you. So you might read that. Then there is the body of the copy, right? And the hint at the call to action, CTA. Brain scientists have found that there are actually a few new ways. New lights up the reward curiosity center in the brain. So using the word free, using the word new, lights it up to unlock your brain for success so you can rise up and achieve great things. You can earn more, live more, and be more than ever before. Right? So now I'm making a promise. This incredible online event is free. Light up the brain, the reward center of the brain, and over 1 people have been changed by it. Social proof. Can you see how in 2 paragraphs, sentences, I have covered so much ground? I've met you at your low point. Life can knock you down. Oh my God, I know what that feels like. It's not a logical statement, it's an emotional statement. Now there's a new discovery, reward center activated, new discovery, new ways, unlock, rise up, reward center, reward center, reward center. I've connected to the Frankenstein brain, I've activated the Einstein brain. Can you see this? Can you see what I've done with some language patterns here, right? Now, this is happening this Saturday. So we advertise Sunday through Saturday morning for this event. You see how free is bolded in this ad? Free lights up reward center in the brain. Money, free, and sex are three words that light up the reward center in the brain. People call this the world's #1 online personal training event, Unlock Your Brain for Success. Okay? We've been running these ads for 8 years, variations for 8 years. So once I can figure out some of the language patterns of what works, remember, I'm going to advertise or test free stuff to get an idea to my information of the interaction, and then I'm going to tweak and adjust. Okay? I'm going to have an interruptive image, and then I'm going to have another CTA there. See, this is a hint at CTA, hint at call to action. All right. So here are some more. What do neuroscientists know about your finances? Surprisingly, a lot. There's a belief pattern that will attract wealth or repel it. Do you want to know what that belief pattern is that will attract it or repel it? We're using a curiosity frame here, right? So this was part of our Busting a Myth campaign. So myth number 6 was you have to take big risks to earn a lot. Can you see how you don't have to take big risks to earn a lot now? Can you see how you can methodically take small risks in an organized way? Overcome these 11 money mindset myths, free webinar Saturday, right? See the image in the middle, right? Just an interruptive image. The most powerful supercomputer in the world is between your ears. It's secretly programmed. Is it secretly programmed to repulse money? Another image with the same message. What do neuroscientists know about your finances? Surprisingly, a lot. See how we're taking the same copy, see if we could take a different image to see if we have better traction. And by the way, these are our top ads that have worked. Right, so we're just creating language patterns of how we want to communicate to individuals, right? So then what I can also do is I can take, okay, lead magnets, right? So if I want to capture somebody's email and name, then I can create an email, I can create a lead magnet, or better yet, I can have a lead magnet created. Now, what is a lead magnet? It is a little ebook, a video series, a gift that you can have created that your ideal client profile wants, okay, that she or he are willing to exchange their first name only and email with you as part of your lead generation strategy. Then you have your lead conversion and your lead qualification, lead conversion strategy, right? So for example, in this challenge, just to give you an idea, we had 29,000 people land on the pages that we set up. Of the 29,000 that landed on the pages, 9,185 or so gave us their first name and email, and 1,500 of you decided you want to be part of this challenge. Now, I want you to understand what I just said for a moment. 29,000 people landed on the page. Do you think that maybe we pixeled them? So 29,000 landed on the page, 10,000 or so opted in, gave us their first name and email. 1,500 of you are here. So it took me 29,000 to get 10,000 to sign up, to get 1,500 to actually be in this challenge. Now, do you think we are still following and giving content to the 30,000 people that maybe said, this isn't for us? Maybe go to the Brainathon, maybe go to Winning the Game of Fear, maybe get this, maybe get, do you think we're doing that? Just curious. So I spent the money and the time to put the system in place. Now I have automated processes that are in communication and in front of 30,000 new people in the last 2 weeks. Of the 10,000, okay, we have them in a slightly different process. Does this make sense to you? So we can create ads, articles, videos, lead magnets to get people in our orbit. And then we're going to go from the 100% to the 20 to the 5. Think about the numbers I just shared with you. 30,000 people clicked on the page. There's 1,500 of you in here. You're the 5% from the 30,000. Now, the other 15% or the other 15% of the 30,000 that clicked, or of the 10,000 that gave us their name, we're going to nurture them. We're going to give them more content. We're going to invite them to other things that may be better for them. Maybe they didn't have a business. Maybe they weren't ready. Maybe fear was something they want to work on. Maybe it was money, whether it was procrastination, whether it was winning the game of weight loss. I have a lot of different opportunities to help them. So then we can then look at landing pages. So we could do some advertising over here or some content, blogs, videos, and then we can send people to this page, right? And this is, don't let your dreams die one delay at a time. Don't let your dreams die one delay at a time. 3 clear steps you can take now to put procrastination in your past and move deliberately towards your dreams without delay. Download the free guide. The real cost of procrastination is the erosion of self-confidence. Do you agree with what you just read, or what I just read to you? So if you are procrastinating a lot, well, here is a little free gift that you can get that then invites you to a free training that then offers you our Winning a Procrastination program. This, by the way, is a template that's working for us. I'm spending money every day advertising this right now, not 2 years ago, right now. So this format works. The download the guide is above the fold. The hook that we worked on a little bit yesterday, don't let your dreams die one delay at a time. We've tested a variety of them. The image, 3 tips to beat procrastination and stop feeling overwhelmed, right? So this is one of our lead magnets, all right? So once they do that, delay is the death of your dreams, right? Or procrastination is delay your dreams. So the guide, yes, Maxim, is the lead magnet, right? We have a little bit of copy, and then we have an automated training that we do. If you want to understand why did I create all of these video trainings, because I don't want to travel around the world doing keynotes on stage every day. I was doing the same trainings 8 years ago, you know, and many of my friends who are in the coaching, consulting, speaking business, they're traveling all over the world. You know what their #1 complaint was? Don't want to travel. I don't want to be in a hotel room eating shitty food with different pillows everywhere I go. You know, I don't know which time zone I'm in. I just said, well, there's this thing called the internet. There's 2 billion people on it. Let me create great messages and share what I would normally share. And let me do it. Let me just do it online. I started doing this 8 years ago when I started NeuroGym. Right? And, you know, when COVID hit, we were already doing what everybody was trying to get to do. Now I can do an event like this where I can see your faces, you know, and see your comments. I can do that, but I wanted to create a business that worked for me. instead of me working for a business. That's a paid job. Now, how many of you want a business that works for you? So you can actually have the freedom that you want to do. You can do whatever freedom means to you. Is it what? Is time freedom? Time for your hobbies? Time to give to charities, your time, your money, your energy, time to travel when we can again. Like, that's the definition that I heard of a business. That was the promise I bought. When I bought Remax of Indiana, okay, 1986, the promise was that I could finally get to stop. Once I built it, I can stop hustling and selling, okay, every single day, talking to people every day. I'm on a treadmill. So I don't mind working hard. Like right now, I'm not working. I get to teach and share, which is one of my passions, and help people, right? But I didn't want to go from city to city to city to city, being on the phone, 8 hours a day, cold calling people. So the promise was, do this X, Y, and Z or ABC work first, then the business works for you. So then, once we have the channels of how we're going to do it, so then you can start to choose, like, what am I going to do? Now, what I'm wanting to do is not overwhelm you. I want to show you your challenge isn't what to do. Your challenge is you're just not certain what to do for you that's going to work. That's the first thing, okay, that we have to solve. You can do surveys, quizzes, paid, unpaid, mind maps, infographics, video consultations, free videos, paid videos, webinars, right? The strategies always come after the vision and the goals and our financial, non-financial ability. So you have to match the strategy with, like, what is easy for you to do. So let me give you an example. How many of you feel totally comfortable getting on camera right now? Just type in the chat, that's me, John. And if it's not, just say, John, that's not me. All right? Nope, not me. Great. So for those of you that you don't feel comfortable in front of a camera, okay, then either you're going to learn how to, or you're going to do another medium, if we're looking to have the fastest path to cash, right? In one of the trainings, and again, I've been sharing with you for the last several days that the next step for many of you is to be part of the Winning Game of Business program. In that program, I actually teach you on camera presentations and skills to get comfortable on camera. But what you want to do is consistently match, if you're yourself, solo professional, solopreneur, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it, you want to match what you do with what's easy for you. Or you want to match what you do with what you can get done. That takes away the pressure of procrastination and self-sabotage. Yeah, I'm going to do videos, but I hate videos because I'm not comfortable, because I don't like what I might look like, or I might make mistakes. I might be embarrassed, ashamed, ridiculed, the judge. So let's stop trying to do stuff that we're not comfortable with, or upgrading our skills so we're more comfortable, but let's have a process for doing that. If you're not good at copywriting, you have to upgrade your copywriting skills or get copywriting done. If you don't feel comfortable selling, you either are going to upgrade your selling skills, which is doing something for somebody. And that's, by the way, another training that I have on the Hill method, the Assaraf Hill method of selling, so that you feel comfortable selling in a natural way that's not salesy. And again, I'll share that with you tomorrow. So you have to match your strategies and your tactics, okay, with what makes sense for you. Hey, this is John, and if you liked that video, watch the next video, because it is packed with things that you can do right now to achieve success way faster than ever before.